What does it take to be an Olympic long jumper or high jumper? Is it just about raw athleticism, or is there more to it than meets the eye? And could someone with zero experience in these events really expect to win a medal with just a few months of training? These are the questions swirling around LeBron James' recent claim that he could podium in the long jump or high jump. It's a bold statement from a man known for his confidence, but is it grounded in reality? Let's find out. When posed the question about competing in other Olympic sports, LeBron didn't hesitate. Quote, "There's zero competition I could compete in without preparation," James said initially. But after a moment of thought, he changed his tune. "I think maybe the long jump or the high jump. If you give me some time, I need about 6 months or 8 months of preparation to get to that." LeBron's confidence is not misplaced. Standing at 6 feet 9 inches tall and weighing 250 pounds, he possesses a rare combination of size, strength, speed, and leaping ability. We've all seen LeBron soar through the air for thunderous dunks on the basketball court. But could those same physical gifts translate to the long jump or high jump? The long jump is an event that LeBron singled out as one he could potentially excel in. Also known as the broad jump, the long jump is one of the most iconic events in Olympic track and field. The objective is simple: run down a narrow runway, launch yourself from a wooden takeoff board, and land as far as possible into a sandpit. The current world record for men is 8.95 meters or 29 feet 4 1/4 inches, set by Mike Powell in 1991, and it has stood for over 3 decades and remains one of the most untouchable marks in the sport. At first glance, the long jump would seem to be an ideal event for LeBron. His combination of speed, power, and leaping ability are all key components of an elite long jumper skill set. We've seen LeBron utilize these attributes to great effect on the fast break, where he's able to accelerate to top speed, elevate from outside the paint, and glide to the rim for emphatic dunks. However, the long jump is not merely an extended layup. It requires a specific sequencing of movements that are quite different from anything LeBron has done on a basketball court. Long jumpers must carefully calibrate their approach, hitting top speed at just the right moment to allow for maximum force production off the takeoff board. They must then execute a complex series of motions in mid-air, extending their body to delay their landing and maximize distance. For LeBron, adapting to these technical demands would likely be the biggest challenge. His basketball instincts and muscle memory could actually work against him initially, leading to suboptimal jumps. He would need to rewire his movement patterns and learn to channel his power and speed into the specific sequence of the long jump. That said, LeBron's raw physical tools would give him a significant advantage over many long jumpers. His height and wingspan would allow him to create a larger sail effect in the air, while his strength would enable him to generate tremendous force off the board. If he could harness these attributes and refine his technique, it's not inconceivable that LeBron could jump in the 8-meter range, or 26 feet 2 inches to 27 feet 10 inches, a distance that consistently places jumpers on the Olympic podium. To put that in perspective, the gold medal winning jump at the 2024 Paris Olympics was 8.48 meters. The silver and bronze medalists jumped 8.36 meters and 8.34 meters respectively. While these are extraordinary distances, they are not so far beyond the theoretical range of an athlete with LeBron's gifts. Of course, consistently jumping at that level under the pressure of Olympic competition is a completely different matter entirely. Long jumpers spend years perfecting their craft, fine-tuning every aspect of their technique to maximize performance when it matters most. For LeBron to reach that level in just 6 to 8 months would be an unprecedented achievement. The other event LeBron mentioned as a possibility is the high jump. High jumpers launch themselves over a horizontal bar, starting at lower heights and moving the bar up after each successful jump. The men's world record of 2.45 meters or 8 feet 1/2 inch was set by Javier Sotomayor of Cuba in 1993. Like the long jump, the high jump would seem to play to LeBron's strengths. His exceptional leaping ability has been on display throughout his basketball career, whether he's rising up for a dunk, blocking a shot, or pulling down a rebound. LeBron's vertical jump was measured at 40 inches at the 2003 NBA Draft Combine, and he's shown the ability to get his head above the rim, a height of around 10 feet, on numerous occasions. However, jumping high and jumping high with proper high jump technique are two very different things. The most successful high jumpers today utilize the Fosbury Flop, a complex maneuver where the jumper clears the bar head first and backwards, arching their back over the bar before landing on a soft mat. It is a highly specialized skill that bears little resemblance to anything in basketball. For LeBron, learning the Fosbury Flop would be akin to learning a foreign language. He would need to break down the technique into its component parts: the approach, the takeoff, the rotation, the bar clearance, the landing, and drill each one relentlessly. He would need to develop a feel for the optimal body position at each stage and learn to make micro adjustments on the fly to navigate the bar. This steep learning curve would be the biggest obstacle to LeBron's success as a high jumper. While his leaping ability would give him a head start, he would still be starting from square one in terms of technique. High jumpers typically spend years honing their craft before reaching the elite level. For LeBron to compress that timeline into a matter of months would be a daunting challenge. That said, if anyone could make such a rapid transition, it might be LeBron. His body control, spatial awareness, and kinesthetic intelligence are truly exceptional. We've seen him make split-second adjustments in mid-air to avoid defenders and finish at the rim. If he could adapt those instincts to the specific demands of the high jump, he could potentially progress at an accelerated rate. Assuming LeBron could master the basics of the Fosbury Flop, the question becomes how high he could realistically jump. The gold medal winning height at the 2024 Paris Olympics was 2.36 meters. Could LeBron reach those heights with just 6 to 8 months of training? It's a stretch, but not entirely outside the realm of possibility. LeBron's personal best vertical leap would already put him close to those marks, albeit without him having to navigate over a bar. If he could translate even a portion of that leaping ability into a technically sound high jump, he could conceivably be in the medal conversation. Of course, the margin for error in the high jump is razor thin. Even the slightest mistime or misalignment can be the difference between clearing the bar and knocking it off. Even if LeBron could avoid injury and make rapid technical progress, he would still face the enormous challenge of peaking for Olympic competition. Timing one's training to reach maximum performance at a specific event is an art that eludes even seasoned track and field athletes. For a novice like LeBron, finding that perfect balance would be like threading a needle. All of these obstacles point to the same conclusion. While LeBron's athletic potential is tantalizing, the realistic possibility of him medaling in the high jump or the long jump is exceedingly slim. The risks are high, the timeline is short, and the learning curve is steep. Even for an athlete of LeBron's caliber, there are limits to what the human body can achieve in a compressed time frame. But hey, that's just my take. Do you think LeBron could realistically medal in a new event with just 6 to 8 months of training? What do you think would be his biggest obstacles? And if he did pull it off, where would it rank among the greatest athletic achievements of all time? And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're always breaking down the biggest stories and trends in the NBA, and you won't want to miss our future videos. While you're at it, smash that bell icon too. That way you'll be notified as soon as we drop new content, and trust me, with how quickly things change in the NBA, you're gonna want to stay up to date. We'll see you next time.